In most of my videos, I'm talking about Airbus A320 and its exact systems, and I realized that I never really told you how it works in Austrian Airlines for us mechanics. What kind of support do we have, what is the environment over here, and how it works in general. So in this video, we'll take a look exactly on that. So let's start. First of all, let's take a look what we as a B1 and B2 can do in Austrian Airlines. Austrian Airlines is a 145 EASA organization, and we are able to do everything from basic line work all the way to base maintenance on our narrow bodies. And that means that we can perform everything from daily check all the way to engine changes, gear changes, whatever is necessary we can perform. So this is our organization. Now let's take a look how our everyday life looks like. One of the most important topics is roster, how it actually works. We have 10-hour shifts, and we have early or late shift, and of course we work day and night. During day we work from either 6 or from the 8 until 16:30 or 18:30, and during night shift we works either from the 1800 or from 2000 all the way to 4:30 or 6:30. So there is always overlap of 30 minutes between day and night. Basically, it doesn't really matter if you start during day or night. We're meeting in the same point, which is our break room or meeting room, where you will gonna meet a shift leader of the fleet on which you're assigned, and he will hand it over to you a flight plan. And this one is for the night shift. As you can see, there is a huge space in between flights because during night we work on the airplanes. And this one is for the day, and you can see that our airplanes flies a lot. So we basically during day just monitor the situation, and we drive to the airplane which have a problem. So crew will call to MOC, and they will then tell shift leaders that pilots require some maintenance assistance. During night shift it is a bit different because, as you saw on the flight plan, we have bigger gaps in between the flights, which are there for us to be able to perform scheduled and unscheduled work on the airplanes. Which means that the night shift is split in two groups. One is on the line and the other one is in the hangar. If you're assigned to the line as a B1, you will get most probably up to 3 airplanes with work packages up to line service check, which is a bigger type of daily check. And of course, rectification of the problems which was reported by crew, as well replacement of the wheels and brakes. Everything else, what is bigger, will be transferred to the hangar, where we have more manpower. In the hangar, most of the time we get a folder like this, inside of which you can find a work package. And that consists bigger checks, the planned checks, and rectification of the MELs, for example, which means that for such a work package we have a team of several people. This work package is then spread between us, and after that basically we'll wait for the airplane, and this time when we're waiting we use for gathering all the spare parts. That I'll show you in the minute how it works. And of course, if you need specific tools, you can take them from the tool store. If you get assigned a job which requires material, most of the time this material is already prepared for you, which means that you need to stop in the preload area, which you can see over here. And it is nicely separated, so you have Airbus, Embraer and Boeing. And in each section it is also spread in the boxes. So each airplane has its own box, and in it you can find material. Like for example, I'm today on Lima Bravo Victor, So in this box is material prepared for work which need to be performed. Like this box, for example, is pressure regulating shuttle valve. So one of my colleagues need to replace this valve, which means that the valve is ready for him. And if you need material, for example, for unscheduled work, which might happen because you find one wheel or light doesn't work, all this can be ordered and it will be delivered to you through that elevator from our store. So most of the time there is no way that we're not gonna have the spare part. Now let's talk about tools, because as you know, tools are very important for aircraft mechanics, and each of us in Austrian Airlines has its own tools. This is mine, for example, which means that in here we have 270 B1 toolboxes, 41 Avio or B2 toolboxes, 35 toolboxes for the guys which works on interiors, and 23 B1, B2 toolboxes. And since many of you ask me about my toolbox, I think that it deserves its own video, so we'll take a look at it some other day. That was my toolbox, but of course you can't have everything in your own toolbox. Especially you cannot have calibrated tool. And as you know, airplanes are very complex, so you need a lot of tools. And for that we have 3 tool stores. This one is one which is packed with smaller tools, but huge amount of them. So what you can find here? Everything from borescopes, rigging equipment for the flaps, avionic equipment, and many other equipment which I have even no clue what they're good for. This is store number 2, and here we have a bit bigger equipment, like for example tools for water disinfection. This is a rad controller, wheel cards or wheel change card for every airplane in the fleet, rad cage, and many other components. And this is still not the biggest one. To that one we need to move to Hangar 1. This is the third and the last store when we stored our biggest equipment for work on the airplanes. And if you want, someday I can make separate video as well about the stores. Just maybe drop in the comment some questions which you want to know, and we can look at it. Okay, that was store number 3. But of course we have other equipments. Since we work in aviation, we need a lot of nitrogen cards, hydraulic ground power units, and many other specialized equipment for which you of course need exact training, which will give you opportunity to grow with the company. That was few information regarding tools and materials. Now, what about support regarding manuals? Because as you know, we mechanics need to have access to latest documentation, and I'm trying to remind this to you on the end of each video. So how it works over here: once you get work package, most of the time the manuals are attached to the task cards or to the work orders. But if you need additional access to manuals, we can access them thanks to personal tablets, through which you have access to portals and apps of the manufacturer of the fleet on which you are assigned to. And since we do not use anymore paper version of the logbook, you will find e-logbook as well on the tablets. So for communication between the pilots and mechanics, we also use this device. If you need access to computer, inside of each hangar we have office equipped with the computers where you can print the manuals, because even my colleagues prefer still paper version of the manual. So you have this option, and as well each of our cars is equipped with a computer, plus on the apron you can find another office for this purposes. So every time when you need manual, you have access to it. And if you by any chance need support with troubleshooting, for that we have a dedicated team which is behind this door. These guys are able to find more or less everything. So if you struggle with some problems on the airplane and you need to focus on other work, these guys can always help you out. But that's not all. You are basically never alone. Either on the line or in the hangar, there is always somebody who can help you, because we are one team and we need to support each other. Now let's talk about facilities. As I told you already, we use several hangars. At the moment I'm in hangar 3, and most of the time this hangar is used for our long-range fleet. Like in this case, this is our 767, but we can also fit here 2 narrow-body airplanes. Then we have hangar 2, inside of which we can fit up to 6 narrow-body airplanes, or 1 long-range airplane, for which we have a dock over there. And with that long-range airplane or wide-body airplane, we can fit here another 4 narrow-body aircrafts. This hangar is also equipped with the dock on which I'm at the moment, where we can maintain our narrow-body fleet. At this point, you can see here Airbus A321, and yeah, we can also fit here Embraer 195 or Boeing 737 if it is necessary. And last one is hangar 1, inside of which we can fit up to 3 narrow-body airplanes or 1 wide-body in that corner and 1 narrow-body at the same time. This bay is specially used for our base maintenance team. Actually, this airplane is on ongoing base maintenance project, and as you can see, this hangar is also equipped with tail dock for narrow-body airplanes, and as well wing docks. And over there you can see a dock which we can park in front of the airplane for the maintenance of Airbus A320. And this was only section where we park the airplanes. We have here also several shops. I can mention wheels and brake shop, a paint shop, composite guys are here. We have sheet metal team. So as you can see, a lot of things are happening on the roof of this hangar. And if you made all the way to this point, I guess you like what you see and what I'm showing you during all my videos. And if you want to be part of the team, there is a big opportunity for you, because at the moment we have open positions for B1s and B2s with the EASA Part 66 license. So if you are holder of this license and you're looking for new opportunities, link where you can apply you will find in the description below. And once you click on it, you will find all the requirements, and if you fit, don't hesitate to apply. Also, I would like to ask you guys how it works in your company. If you see similarities or it's completely different, I want to know your experience. And as well, let me know if you want to know some other information about Austrian Airlines or about my everyday life here in the company. And either I will answer you in the comments, or I'll make a new video about questions which you ask. And this is more or less all from my side. My name is Tomáš, this was Austrian with Zeto, and I'll see you on next video. Bye.